All right, let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, do you keep it real?
Girl, you know I always shoot from the hip.
Always.
Even
Even on social media?
100% not. I'm Marnie.
And I'm Megan.
And we're just trying to make it make sense.
And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the differences of real life, like R-E-A-L,
Yeah.
versus our real post, R-E-E-L.
Right. I mean, our real life, the shitstorm life that is behind the scenes of the reels, REEL, that we put out there for social media to see.
Yeah. So how do you gauge that? What's your comfort level with what you're putting out for the world to see?
So I am a huge, and again, don't come at me because I know everybody's going to say, well, to keep it real, that's what social media is all about. I am very conscious about not putting things out there that will embarrass my kids in the future, because once out there, it's out there forever, and they are going to grow up someday.
True.
So I'm pretty conscious about that. Like,
Just try to protect their
for sure.
their privacy.
For sure. Like, I'm never going to post out there like, my kid's got it coming out both ends. Like, first of all, ew. Nobody wants or needs to know that.
Yeah, I
You
think
know?
sometimes I've been like, man, the X running through the house or
Yeah.
something like that, but
Yeah.
not specifically like.
Yeah. Nobody wants to imagine that.
Sometimes, like, my kids like to be in things,
Yeah.
or they want to be posted, or
Yeah.
how many likes did I get or comments. Like they think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I do, like you, try to keep it where it's not going to embarrass them, right?
Right.
Like, I don't want to.
Yeah, I think the rule of thumb is, do we need to know? Do we want to share? And do other people really want to know your business?
Like,
Yeah.
don't misunderstand. If you are going through something, or you're, do have it coming out both ends, and you feel like you want to tell somebody and you call me, I'm going to be like, dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is rough. I hate that you're
Yeah.
going through that.
But let me just say, if you feel comfortable talking about how you're pooping like a goose, by all means, throw it out there, sis. Like, go for it.
But will I call Marnie and be like, hey, it's
I have
that,
not stopped puking.
or it's that time of the month for me.
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of pain. I'm going through
Yeah.
this thing. And she's like, girl, I've had that. I know,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, there's some relatability things,
Yeah.
in posting the
Real
whole
life.
truth
Yeah.
about, yes, the REAL life.
Yeah.
But then also it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I can see through some things, and I get bothered by attention grabbing posts. Like,
Yes, I was going to go there.
okay,
I'm not
go
a
there.
fan.
Let me hear it.
I am not a fan of the cryptic, I can't tell you why, but please just pray for me. But if you want me to pray for you,
Call me.
DM me.
I'll pray with you.
Yeah, 100%.
I will pray over the phone with you if
Yeah.
you need me to.
Or
We
if you
will-
want prayers in mass, and maybe that's just the way I learned, but I've always learned to be very specific in my prayer when I'm personally praying for me or my family or friends or whatever. I'm very intentional with my prayers.
I'm gonna just go out here and put this post
Do
out
it.
for the world to see. That's like, oh, you really did me dirty. You
Oh, I
really
did not
wronged
like that.
me. And I'm like, what? Why are we? Let's not do that.
The
Like,
laundry
and
room is meant for dirty laundry, not social media.
I see some things sometimes on TikTok when I'm scrolling through, and I'm like, ooh, like,
Yeah.
how is this person gonna get a job someday?
Yes,
Or
that
how
was
is-
my next point.
How does their employer not see this and wonder?
What a train wreck.
Yeah,
What a liability.
I sound very judgmental right now. I don't
Yeah.
mean it to come across that way, but
Right.
some things I feel like really are just for the
Yeah.
attention. You're not actually asking someone,
Right. For advice.
for advice or help,
Or you wouldn't be asking people that you don't really know on social media for it.
Mhm.
For me, it is, think about it, sleep on it.
Yeah.
Would you actually say that at a table full of strangers? And if you wouldn't, don't put it on social media.
But I don't know, these like thirst trap looking
Oh,
kinds
yeah.
of things. And I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
I know your husband would not really appreciate
Yeah.
all of that,
Yeah.
being out there. Or
Yeah.
how about my favorite and especially in an industry that I'm in,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, look at me with this upward angle and all this
Oh,
coming
no,
out,
ma'am.
and you know,
Yeah.
these photos, and I'm like, I have, like,
Yeah.
I know for sure clients have scrolled my
Oh, for
social
sure.
media pages to
Well, they wanna see
to
who they
validate
are.
who
Yeah.
I am, and I can't imagine if I'm like, all these
Yeah.
little, I just cannot. I just,
Now, don't get me wrong. If you are an influencer and you are going to sell undergarments and that is your job, and if I look like some of those girls that are in those bathing suits, I'd be wearing that shit to HEB on the daily. But also, again, for me, and maybe I do think too much about it, I don't want to be an embarrassment for my kids. I think I do enough of that already.
and I'm not trying to shame anybody, but like I am guilty of seeing things like that, and I scroll past some posts, attention grabbing posts,
Yeah.
or airing your personal intimate laundry from your family, like things that are
Eesh.
like
Yikes.
close, that should be closely guarded in
Yeah.
my opinion, and I see it for the world, and I scroll and roll an eye. I
Yeah.
do. I'm like, oh no,
Well, and
like
let
it's
me
gonna
just
be hard to reel that back in.
Well, and let me just say this too. If you are airing your personal laundry out there, and maybe some people that are close to you are reading that and saying, wow, that guy's a real shitbag, or oh my gosh, her kids are acting like really brats or whatever, you're going to feel differently about them tomorrow because you love them and you're your family. But you know who's not? The people that have been watching it unfold on social media. It's going to be hard to erase that from our memories.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. There are plenty of times where I scroll and I'm like, ugh, like
Yeah.
that's gonna be.
Now, like we had mentioned before, there are times that it's like, man, my kid today was the biggest brat, Megan. Help me, talk me through it or whatever. So we're talking with one another. And then sometimes, like you said, it'll give you peace to know when you do see some of it scrolling, like, thank God I'm not alone.
Absolutely.
You know?
There are things that I can relate to,
Yeah.
like when I'm scrolling and I see things and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'll even like on a perfect stranger, if I'm scrolling and their stuff's public and I'm seeing and I see that they're going
Thumbs up.
through something
Yeah.
hard, I'm like,
Yeah.
sis, I feel that
Yeah.
to my core. I can relate to that, but they'll be like, oh my gosh, I just got back in the car
Yeah.
after a terrible trip to the grocery store with kids
Two
that are,
toddlers or
yes.
whatever.
And I'm like, I have been there.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
Don't be embarrassed.
I might have seen
know.
them in the store going through it, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know, like tomorrow's gonna be better.
Yeah.
Those kind of posts I can appreciate.
For sure.
I can understand and relate.
Yeah.
And I feel like it makes things feel normal.
Yeah.
You know? But I think there's just a fine line
There
of
is.
like maybe TMI,
Yeah.
oversharing,
Yeah.
and being protective of your intimate moments. Like your
And let me just say, Megan and I are not social media experts.
No.
We're not influencers by any means.
Mm-mm.
So, hey, if that's how you do you and you feel comfortable and you're like, F those two chicks on Make It Make Sense, I don't know what you're talking about, hey, you go
That's
for it.
valid. I just got back from a vacation. We were on a cruise for 7 days. We learned very quickly that the Williams family, we
Not cruisers.
we won't do that again. We won't ever do that again. And I'm not saying we didn't appreciate that we were on vacation. We loved being on vacation. I loved being off the boat. But for our family,
Yeah.
we walk through and there are families that are in matching t-shirts. They are happy and cheery, and
Loving
everybody
and
loves
all
each other
that.
all the time. A big 15 group family, a huge group of family that were
Get
all with a
along.
smile on their face, like walking in perfect harmony
Yeah.
in a single file row down the buffet line, not grabbing stuff and dropping things and spilling drinks and
Oh my
causing
God.
a mess.
I'm good.
And then there's
Yeah.
the Williams family. We're the others. We didn't belong on that trip. But guess what? I didn't post on social media. Oh shoot, look at us melting down every
Yeah.
5 minutes. Watch me scream at my kids in public.
Yeah.
Watch me melt down at dinner.
Right.
Watch me, you know.
Yeah, and that is another good point. Like, don't think because it's not posted on social media that we don't do it.
Oh yeah.
Because I think we just spoke for an hour yesterday about how I threaten my children to smile and have fun, or they're never going to live to see another damn day.
It's
Like,
true.
I do. I lose it.
Yes, and I keep it real, REAL,
Yeah.
with my friends. I'm gonna call a friend and vent. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, we're going through it today.
Yes.
I could bury my husband in the backyard tonight.
Hey, Megan, do you have a free evening and a shovel?
Yes,
Like,
I mean, we go through it
ugh.
together
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
In private.
But, and I don't know, that may not make me a genuine, I feel like I'm still
No,
genuine to the core,
I think
but
you can still be genuine and not air your dirty laundry in social media.
Okay.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You can still be real without having to put all of the real on a reel.
yeah, the real. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that it's out there forever. So I may not be having my best moment on a
Yeah.
given day. And if I put that out there, it's hard to get it back. And let's touch on that.
Yeah.
I really dislike the person that's like, I'm just keeping it real. And then they
Yeah.
take it away. And I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, you were so confident. And then you deleted the post.
Yeah.
Like,
So are you really?
are you really real? Like, I just, I think that
Yeah.
you should be cognizant of that before you make the
For sure.
post.
Okay, so tell us, like, how do y'all do it? Are you sitting back saying these girls are lunatics and they need to mind their own business?
don't be so judgmental.
Yeah. Or are you like, you know what, those are some good points? Do you throw it all out there on social media and see what sticks? Or are you more of the, I'm going to play it closer to home type of person?
Yeah, I want to know. I'm interested. I mean, I see people what they post. Some of you, I see your stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Yeah.
I wonder, like, would I have been so brave to put that out there?
Right.
Yeah.
So, anywho, how about next week?
Oh gosh. Okay. So next week it's going to be a little conversation about boring or binge worthy.
Ooh, I love it.
Mhm.
Because over spring break, I did binge some shows. So.
Okay, good. I
Awesome.
can't wait to hear.
And as usual, if you are out and about and you happen to see Megan or I out, just tap us on the shoulder and say,
Mim's the word.
and your next drink's on us.
Bye.
Bye guys.